Hello, I'm going to attempt to sum up what we did this morning at Sanderson's Wynd. We are here as part of the Tranent StreetsAhead project, which is all about gathering children's ideas about where they live in Tranent, what they love about it, what they can change about it, how they can make things better, and how they can make Tranent a safe, happy, healthy place for children and the rest of the community to live. So we kicked off with some discussion about children's rights, and then we got into some warm-up games. My neighbour is a ... neighbour. So my neighbour is a something neighbour. And we're going to go through the alphabet and give a describing word for each letter to describe a person. For example, A. My neighbour is an amazing neighbour, an awesome neighbour.
Excellent. Come and sit down. We can help you. It's turning down, but they get into the difficult ones at the end.
This morning about architecture and planning and urban design.
And then we were lucky enough to have Drew Mackey, urban designer, here with us today, and we had a lovely discussion with the children looking at patterns of streets, how buildings come together to make up communities. So we looked at how buildings come together through forming streets and blocks and squares. Of course, a square doesn't need to be a square. So we were looking at joined up buildings, and we were looking very importantly at the spaces between the buildings. We ran an activity called Random Town, and that involved the children taking a selection of blocks and a board, and they each built a neighbourhood, and then all those neighbourhoods were brought together to make a town, and we worked with the kids looking at the space, looking at the patterns that had formed across the boards, and placing themselves somewhere in that town and choosing places they liked and places that people could gather and the different types of activity that could happen in the town.
And the houses are all one thing, sort of like a fort town. Brilliant. Who's next? Sarah. I know where you're going to be. In your dance studio. Fantastic.
After that, we got deeper into some of the ideas about planning and town planning and how people get through spaces, how you connect the outside of the town to the centre of the town, what sort of things will make people come to the centre of town, and what are the things that children really need to feel safe and happy.
This group will look at safety, what's safe and what's not safe in Tranent, and how would you make it a safer place to be, okay?
Okay,
you
so
think
you're
about that?
still going to do town centre, but safety, so for people crossing with babies, for older people, for younger people, so where are they going to go, what makes them feel safe? That's your specialism, brilliant. Over to here.
This group
Yep.
will look at, this group will look at children, how children use the town, what's best for children, how can we make Tranent a more children-friendly town.
The children brainstormed ideas looking at different themes. So we had children looking at how they would conserve energy. We looked at creating green spaces within a city, how we can create spaces that work for old people, for young people, for teenagers, and a whole range of other ideas.
Just a small bar and a big bar. More dedication benches because it's like a nice place to sit, and if you actually knew the person then you can sit and think about them, because it's just a lovely thing to sit on a bench and just look out at the greenery around.
I selected the statue in the Tranent main park. You could have a big green space round it so people can have benches around it.
First of all, we've got a windmill, and that will create energy for someone's house. And then we've got wind turbines, which we have at the top of our school, Sanderson's Wynd. And there's a big bucket that can collect raindrops, and they purify it so you can use it for your toilet.
I think it's a good idea because it saves more drinking water.
We're going to join the houses together because it saves heat in all the houses.
Me and Dylan and Sophie have kind of connected our parts. My bit is connected with that bit of Dylan, and this bit's connected with that bit of Sophie's. And pretty much it's half of it is for like younger people to like play in that, and the other part is for old people to like calm down and sit down.
The salsa dancing library. I think that's...
With a soundproofing wall in it.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Brilliant.
Beautiful idea. I really love this pond here where people of all ages can be together. Who came up with that one? Aidan, that's fantastic. I really like it. And maybe incorporated into it. It's brilliant on a sunny day, but can you think about maybe if it was a rainy day like today, what else could you do with that? So
like a shelter beside it.
I've not coloured in the ground here and I've not coloured in the background because they're not the important things I'm trying to show. I'm just trying to show the details. Now they are each creating a little billboard which is going to highlight their ideas. So we've asked them to first of all sketch it and plan it out, and once they're happy with the layout of their design, which has to be bold and to the point, they are now each taking a piece of foam board and they're drawing their idea. Tell me if I'm getting in your way.
Hold it inside you.
These are all the stalls. You've got chocolate in this one, you've got apples in that one, you've got burgers in that one, and you've got hot dogs in that one. They're all the houses with some baskets on each side, and that's my big path with a zebra crossing.
Well, it's the Ferris wheel in the middle of the city, and it's like it goes around and it shows when you go on it you can see the whole city.
Well, I've drawn a windmill and some wind turbines to like create energy and save a bit of money for people, farmers, different jobs, and I've called it Wonderful Winders.
We've made a bat habitat, a bug habitat, a bird habitat and a hedgehog habitat. The hedgehog one will be for any hedgehogs who can just go in and have a lie down.
do you know, halfway through this afternoon, because this is only the third time that we've worked on this project, this is only the third day. We were in another school for another couple of days. So this is our first day in your school. We've got another 2 days. And halfway through this afternoon, Joanna gave me a big hug and she said, I know now that we've got a mural, and that is because of this work. That's how good today has been, that we are absolutely confident that we can make a huge mural because you have done such brilliant work today. And I really mean it. It's just been a fantastic day. Look at the work. I hope you're really proud of it.
We've got a huge collection of images that are starting to form. We're working with 250 children, and each of them are going to make their own special board with honing in on some area of the work. We're working with various experts. Today it was urban designer Drew Mackey, but we're also going to be working with rangers, we're going to be working with historians, we'll be working with other experts in their fields all around town planning and regenerating the centre of Tranent. And once we've got all these drawings gathered together, we'll be working with 16 children who are going to be representative of the 250, and these drawings will inspire a 12-metre mural which will tell the story of Tranent going through its regeneration, so looking a bit at the past, looking at the present and dreaming and hoping for the future.